and that next game is Indianapolis versus Green Bay. This is in Green Bay. This is first game for the Packers without Jordan Love, and
potentially.
yeah, potentially,
He's not going to play,
probably
but
he ain't gonna
yeah.
play, and
I will say this though, when you look at history, oh wow, the commercials looks like police lights in the background there. I thought I was
yeah.
getting swatted for a second. Um, when you look at potential for the the MCL sprains and quarterbacks, they do not miss as many games as not only the media and doctors have been stating, but a lot of times you see people, the majority of quarterbacks didn't miss a game. Those that did missed one, max two. Nobody with an MCL sprain, I think the chart I was looking at was going back to like 2015. Nobody missed more than 2 games, which again leads to the Packers didn't put Jordan Love on IR, so he doesn't have to miss the designated 4 games. So we could potentially see him sooner than expected. Money has come in on the Packers. The game opened 3. I'm currently looking at 2.5. So even though I'm with you, I don't think Jordan plays this week. It's also week 2, and if I'm the Packers with Super Bowl aspirations, I wouldn't rush him back.
Yeah, and truth be told, I don't think it affects the game plan much. I expect both teams to try and run the ball. This is a homecoming of sorts for Jonathan Taylor, heading back to Wisconsin where he played his collegiate career. Although they are in Green Bay, Green Bay was susceptible to the run.
Yeah, Saquon
Philadelphia
ran for
and
like 170.
Saquon ran all over them. And on the flip side, India is susceptible to the run, and I look for the Packer running game to try and get jump started. I don't know how much Josh Jacobs is going to play. I see he's a little nicked up.
He'll be fine.
The Green Bay backfield seems to be a little nicked up, but I think both teams are going to run the ball successfully. The big question mark I have going into this game, and it's more so than how good will Malik Willis be is how good is that new Packer defense under Halfley? This is going to be another test. You've got a young kid in the Richardson boy there playing for the
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis Colts, and he's a runner. He's got a cannon for an arm, but that cannon isn't very accurate at all. This should be a game that sets up very well for the Packer defense to look and be successful, and we're going to see if they can be. This is an interesting match because I think there's going to be points put on the board. I think the Packers are going to be able to put points on the board. I just don't. I'm not sold on that new Packer defense and that new Packer style yet. What are you thinking about that?
I agree. I think a lot of this is going to come down to. I think the Colts are going to try to put 8 in the box and prevent the Packers from running the ball. So, can the speed of a Jaden Reed, a Christian Watson, um, create space? And then, because if they can get the ball in space, they're gone.
Yeah,
So, can Malik Willis throw the ball enough? Because I don't see the Colts allowing the Packers to run the football in this game. And on the flip side, you kind of mentioned that the Packers are going to play a lot of single high, deep safety with Xavier McKinney. I really like the rookie Javon Bullard, but with McKinney specifically in single high, you can get susceptible potentially to deep passes. The Colts hit a couple of those in week 1, and like you said, Richardson does have a cannon, so you can definitely get the ball out there, and we'll see.
yeah. I think it's an interesting matchup. I think had Jordan Love been able to go, this game would have been flipped
Yeah,
spread wise, and I think the Packers would have been about +2, +2.5 going
I
into
think
it.
it probably would have been a
Um,
field goal. And then the question comes into: is Jordan Love to Malik Willis worth 6 points?
yeah,
And
and And we'll see. I just don't think it's going to affect the Packer game plan much at all. Uh, another one, a very interesting game. I know I believe we have a bet on this one.
we do have a bet in this game,
So,
yes.
yeah, so head on over to batsbets.com and check it out. Get that NFL package, and you can see which way we're going on this one, on this game here with the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts.
Should be a good
Uh,
watch, though.
Yeah, it'll be a great watch. I think I've alluded to it. I think the Packers have more overall talent, but quarterback is king in the NFL, and we'll see if Malik Willis can do enough to get that underdog Packer team to a victory, or if that Halfley defense is still going to be porous and Indianapolis is going to
Yeah,
be able
I
to
mean, we'll
take
we'll find
advantage of
out
that.
if it was the Packers defense that really struggled against the Philadelphia Eagles, or if it was just the Philadelphia Eagles are loaded with weapons
Yeah,
and are
yeah,
excellent on every level.
yeah,
You should get a
and
good understanding of this Packer team within the next 2 weeks.
without question.